Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2024, and now I'm doing the recaps for 2023, the best of 2023. I had my best of 2023 melodies video that I just finished recording. Actually, I'm recording this right after that. And then now this is my favorite songs of 2023, and then I will have favorite albums. Disclaimer for those who didn't watch my best melodies of 2023 video. These songs are not all from 2023. They're just songs that I've heard in 2023 that I want to shine a spotlight on. And as well, they are not all metal songs. They're all different genres. It's just if I liked a song, it gets thrown up on here. I don't listen to metal exclusively. I listen to kind of a bunch of stuff. Basically, if it's good, I listen to it. So that's what this is. Number 25 goes to a song from a band that I feel is really overlooked. I have not seen them get as much love as they deserve, but they put out this album and it's kind of a departure from their previous sound and their previous sort of, I guess, style, but they were very stylized in a specific way, and this is kind of a breakout from that. They got their name, I'm assuming, to sort of let you know what style it is, and it was a very unique style, and they seem to be moving away from it a little bit, while still keeping elements of that style moving forward into this new music. And I think this new album is really solid. And my number 25 favorite song of the year is from this album. It goes to Frostbit, Masked Ghost Host.
Ghost host, ghost host, ghost host, masked. Ghost, masked. Am I alone? Can I go? I cannot stop these regulations.
Number 24 goes to an artist that is strange, to say the least. They put out some weird music, and it's definitely not for everybody, but when it hits, it hits. And for me, it hits, and I really enjoy this album, but specifically, this song from this album, I think, has a great chorus. The hook is amazing. It's just really fun. It's weird and wacky. It is 100 Gex, Doritos and Fritos. Number 23 goes to an artist that has been around recently, and they've been killing it, and they've been growing, and they've been putting out more stuff. They had a song that blew up really big in this community a couple years back, and I know Metal Burb promoted it a lot. In fact, it might be one of his favorite songs. You probably know by now what I'm talking about, but their new album that they put out, which is sort of in the direction of this track, is really, really solid. It's a really fun album. It's a really great listen. I'm talking about Aviation's Safe House. The number 22 spot goes to an artist that I've been following for quite a while now. In fact, they were one of the earlier artists that I got into when I started listening to metal music in like the mid 2010s. And I've loved pretty much all their stuff they've done. They haven't written a bad album in my opinion. And this new album is pretty good too. Specifically, this one song, which I think is an amazing intro to the album. It goes hard. It is crazy. It is bonkers berserk. Nuts kind of all over the place, and it will get you bouncing. This is Veil of Maya, Tokyo Chainsaw. The number 21 spot goes to an artist that's been around for a little while. In fact, some of the members have been around for a long while, but they sort of formed this other group after leaving other groups. Now they're here, they've been doing this for a little while, they've been growing a lot. Their last album before this EP that they put out kind of blew up a lot. They're getting even bigger. This EP was amazing, specifically this one song, which I loved ever since they dropped it as a single. It's really, really good. It's a super catchy melody. It's been in my head for a while. It is Spiritbox, The Void.
I need someone to break my to a place where I'll be alone. Who can tell me where I want to go? Talk to the void and fly with me.
The number 20 spot goes to a band that is very special to me. They've always had a special place in my heart. They write, I think, some of the best melodies in the metal scene. They write amazing stuff. It's catchy but heavy. It's so unique. They do their thing and it's so uniquely them, and no one does it quite like them. But they put out this single as sort of like a song to commemorate one of their band members who died recently, and I saw them live in concert. And they opened with this song, and then they had like a rest in peace sort of thing at the end of the song, because the song ends with like a build up to like sort of like release, and it just sort of ends. And I don't know, I got a little teary eyed in the crowd when I saw that, because it was just so emotional and it was so well done. And this song is really, really good too. This is Dance Gavin Dance, The Ghost of Billy Royalton. This next song, the number 19 spot, goes to an artist that I had never heard of before this year. And I can't believe I've never heard of, because listening to some of this artist's music, I've been like, this is really, really good. And it's not typically stuff that I listen to, but as I've said, if stuff is good, I'll listen to it. So I listened to this, and I originally heard this song when I was working with high school, and they were doing this song in choir. And that's already unconventional, I know. And I was like, this is amazing. I heard just the instrumental part, and I was like, this is so good. And so I had to look up the song for myself, and it's been on repeat for the past few months, and it's been amazing. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It is Laila Biali, Wind.
Perfect. Open up the sail. The world is full of beauty. To the
The number 18 spot goes to an artist that I talked about in my previous video, someone who I've been following for a while, And this song is kind of like a departure from this artist's other persona. And this song is sort of the representation of that. You can tell by the lyrics. And it's weird. It's weird. This artist has always been a little bit weird, a little bit quirky, a little bit kind of out of it, but they've always put out consistently good music. And this goes to Melanie Martinez, Death.
I don't wanna be carrying the weight on my shoulders. That this comes to me, hits me on cheek, gave me closure, immortal by design. I'll be meeting you here every time. Back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead.
The number 17 spot goes to an artist that a lot of people love. A lot of people say they're one of the best in the metalcore scene. And a lot of people have had very strong opinions on their latest music they've been releasing, especially their new single, which I liked quite a lot. But the album before this, people have very strong opinions on. I liked it a lot. I was gonna say that. But this song specifically, I hadn't heard from this album that it's on. I hadn't heard until this year, and I just want to commemorate it because it is, I think, my favorite song from them, and I love everything about it. The melodies are amazing. The meaning of the song is really, really cool. It gets you in the feels. It's just overall super, super solid. This is Thornhill, Lily and the Moon.
Take me to the moon so I can get away. There must be more than what they say. Lily and the moon, I see you everywhere. If there's enough for all, I will meet you there.
The number 16 spot goes to an artist that, well, it's sort of a collaboration, I guess. There's two artists on this track, and both of them are really, really solid in what they do. One of them I found because one of my voice students recommended them to me, which I kind of mentioned previously in the other video. It's not the same artist, but it's really, really good. And this song, these two artists did together, and their voices just work really well. They're very different vocal wise, but the song works so well, and it's such a beautiful melody. It's so good. This is Biba Doobie and Clairo, Glue Song.
I've never known someone like you. Don't forget to kiss me, or else you'll have to miss me. I guess I'm stuck forever by the glue. Won't you?
You've been hiding in plain sight and appeared. Oh, I know.
I've been stuck by glue.
Right after you.
Number 15 spot goes to kind of the same sort of thing, same sort of vibes. Two artists collaborating and doing a song together that's really solid. I don't really know these artists much at all. I haven't listened to anything outside of this song, so I don't know where the collaboration is. I think one artist does like the instrumental part and the other one sings, I think. Either way, great melody, really catchy song, super solid. This is Parkbird and Chevy, If I Could Ride a Bike.
If I could ride a bike, I'd zoom around the world with you sitting there behind me. I'll take you to places past several faces just just living life so carefree.
The number 14 pick comes from a smaller artist who, as far as I can tell, has mostly done more instrumental atmospheric things. And now this artist is branching out and doing some more vocal things. I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I could be incorrect, but that's what I'm getting from the very little bit of research that I've done into this artist's discography. But this song in particular, I think, is the best thing that I've heard from this artist. And it's amazing. And it also shares a sort of melody part in the background with another one of the songs in this list. And I'll talk about that when I get to the other song on this list. But this is Marie in the Kitchen.
With a fragrant recipe, a curtain call to memory, a vision. A bounty from the cherry tree, a blanket full to carry in the kitchen. Thought I heard them call.
The number 13 spot goes to an artist that I've talked about before on this channel. I made a whole video on this artist. I love everything that this artist has done. I love all this music. It puts me in such a unique mood when I listen to it, and I can't help but love it. And I don't know what it is specifically about this kind of music, but it just hits. And this song is from the newest EP from this artist, and it's just so good. Some of the melodies are so good. This artist described it as sort of like an homage to The Blasting Company, who did the music for the miniseries Over the Garden Wall, which is my favorite TV show, by the way, if you can call it a TV show. It's like hour 50 minutes to watch the whole thing.
Among the fields of straw and stover, clocked in till the work day's over.
It definitely has that sort of feel, and she nails it in this. This is Madeline May, Kleptomania Crow.
Kleptomania crow, following me wherever I go, hoping I'll drop something so he can add to his collection. He likes the shiniest things, dangling trinkets, coins, and beads. Offered up some crumbs to eat, but he didn't seem interested. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
The number 12 spot goes to an artist who I would never have thought to put up here, because I have not liked anything else that this artist has put out. But this song in particular, I don't know if it's specifically the producer that really sells it on this. It's not even really so much like the vocals themselves as it is just the vibe that the vocals have with the instrumentals. And I think sort of like the state of mind I was in when I heard this song first, because this song is the opening song to a movie that came out this year. Probably my favorite movie that came out this year. I saw it, I think, 3 times in theaters, and it's gonna have, it's the second movie in a trilogy, and the third movie is coming out who knows when, because there's a writer's strike, and you probably know what it is by now. But the song is Coi Leray, Self-Love, from the movie Across the Spider-Verse.
Metro!
Yeah. Oh my, she's a long way from suburban towns. Came to the city for the love, got her hurting now. Oh my, she's a long way from suburban towns. Long way, really long way from suburbia. Self-love, he don't love himself. Tryna love me, cuff me, told the truth to him, he don't trust me. Self-love, he don't love himself. Tryna love me, cuff me, told the truth to him, he don't trust me. Oh my, she's a long way from suburban towns. Came to the city for the love, got her hurting now. Oh my, she's a long way from suburban towns. Long way, really long
The number 11 spot goes to an artist that I talked about in my previous video as well, someone who I sort of found from an advertisement a couple years back, and I listened to some of their stuff, and I was like, this is really solid, and I kept on listening, and it was really, really interesting. And they put out this new EP this year, and it's a solid EP, and this song especially, which is the first track, is so good. It's got such a good melody, it's so catchy, it's such a vibe. This is Sad Night Dynamite, Look Alive.
So just look alive.
All right, top 10, here we go. These are the big guns. These are no stops, pulling out all the stop, whatever the saying is. This is it. These are my top 10. Number 10 goes to an artist who I just discovered this year. I've known of them for a while, but I just discovered them this year. I listened to this album on stream. It was actually a Patreon request. I listened to this album, I did a video on it, and I sobbed. And I also mentioned this in my previous video. I'm going to make a cover of this song at some point because I need to do it. It's so gorgeous. This is by far my favorite song on the album. This is Loathe, Is It Really You? I mentioned in the Marie in the Kitchen song that one other song on this list had a little melody thing in like the background. This sounded very similar to something else, and it's this. Listen to these two parts and tell me they don't sound very similar. The number 9 spot goes to an artist who I mentioned before in my other video, but I haven't really listened to much of this artist's stuff. I'm trying not to say like gender or anything to keep it ambiguous, because, you know, these aren't all just bands. But I haven't really listened to much of this artist's stuff. And the stuff I have listened to, I haven't really been the biggest fan of. There have been a couple melodies that I thought were okay, but overall it seems to kind of like teenage angsty for me and like not really my thing, even though I kind of vibe with some of that stuff. I mean, there's definitely some other things in this list that are like teenage angsty and like stuff like that doesn't make sense, but I don't know. This one, for some reason, this artist hasn't really clicked with me until this song. This was the end credit song for another movie that came out this year, and I heard it and I was like, this is amazing. Who wrote this song? And then I looked it up and I was like, really? What? It's this person? And I was honestly shocked because the song was so good compared to everything else I've heard from this person. And I don't mean that to slander this artist, but I'm just saying, like, I was shocked to hear it was this artist. This is Olivia Rodrigo, Can't Catch Me Now.
There's blood on the side of the mountain. There's writing all over the wall. Shadows of us are still dancing in every room and every hall. But I'm in the trees, I'm in the breeze, my footsteps on the ground. You'll see my face in every place, but you can't catch me now. You can't catch me now. I'm coming like a storm into your town. You can't catch me now. I'm higher than the hopes that you brought down. You can't catch me now.
The number 8 slot goes to an artist who I feel like everyone who has heard this album loves it. I haven't found a single person who hates this album. They might not always think it's the most listenable, but they at least see it as something special. I think it is probably one of the most heavy albums to have ever been written, and you probably know what it is now, but specifically the song that I love from it most, Instill by Humanity's Last Breath. The number 7 slot goes to an artist who I also first started listening to this year through this channel. I did 2 album reactions of theirs. You can probably figure out who it is now because there's only one band, I think, who I've done 2 album reactions to from their discography. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think there's just the one. Anyway, this is a song that really grew on me. If you saw my other video, you probably also know what this is. But it took some time for it to grow on me, but it really did. When it clicked, it clicked. And I kind of was a little bit harsh, maybe sort of, when I first heard this. And I was like, oh, it's a fifth focused chorus and whatever. But I love it for what it is. I explained it more in my other video, but this is Polaris with Regards.
Far away, I pray this letter finds you well and safe. I hope to God I wrote it not too late. I'll never understand the things you faced, the path you had to take. Did you expect me to try to look you straight in the eye and drag you back down the road? Far away, I pray this letter finds you well and safe. I hope to God I wrote it not too late. I'll never understand the things you faced, the path you had to take.
The number 6 slot goes to an artist who I also listen to on this channel. And I streamed this album live. And when it happened, my chat was hyping me up. And I was so in it. And I listened to the music video and I was blown away by the visuals and the music. And it was just amazing. And it's like 11 minutes long. And it's an incredible track. This is Tesseract, War of Being.
In the beginning I was told that the life in you ran cold. The words that I whispered when it all began, did they shine a light on you?
Number 5. All right, we are into the top of the top. These are the elites. These are my 5 favorite tracks of the year. I think these are some of the best tracks I have heard all year. They're gorgeous. Well, obviously they're in the top 5, but they are gorgeous for different reasons. Maybe they've got great melodies. Maybe the lyrics hit really well. Maybe, I don't know. There's so much that I can say about these tracks, but I'm going to try to keep it short. Number 5. This goes to an artist that, again, my voice student showed me this artist, and I started listening to her stuff, specifically her. Oh, I spoiled it. Okay, yeah, it's a woman. I started listening to her music, and I just fell in love with this album in particular, and specifically this song. Not even for the chorus. The chorus is honestly a little bit kind of boring, but it's the verse that sells it. It's the verses that are really amazing. The chorus is just kind of like repeating the same thing and sort of emphasizing the same point, but the verses sort of dive into more of the story of the song, and they have one of the most beautiful melodies with one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. She's got a really unique quality to her voice. This is Gracie Abrams, yes, the daughter of J.J. Abrams. Gracie Abrams, Where Do We Go Now?
24th Street, where you held me, grabbed my arm. What a mental fire alarm. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Where do we go now?
The number 4 slot goes to yet another artist who this voice student recommended to me. I mean, she'd just been recommending me banger after banger, dude. I'm loving this. But this goes to an artist who I have found gets a surprising amount of love in this community, and I would not expect a lot of people to know who this artist is. I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of out of touch. Maybe I just didn't realize it. But I mentioned this artist's name, and people were like, "Oh my goodness, I love her. She's so amazing. I love her. She queen." And I didn't realize she was so loved. But apparently she is, and her music is so good, and her voice is so good, and it's another very unique voice that you can kind of pull out of, like, if you have a ton of voices, you can tell it's her, because her tone is so unique. It's gorgeous. And this song in particular is my favorite song off of this album that it's on, and it's amazing. Everything is amazing, especially the ending. The ending hits in just such a cool way with the way the lyrics go, and the way it just cuts off. It's so good. This is Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher.
When the speed kicks in, I go to the store for nothing. I love a good place to hide in plain sight. What if I told you I feel like I know you? I can't open my mouth and forget how to talk. 'Cause even if I could, wouldn't know where to start, wouldn't know when to stop.
Top 3, baby. Here we go. Top 3, baby. Let's go. All right, number 3. This pick goes to an artist who I was kind of harsh on, and a lot of my opinions haven't changed. I still really don't like the album all that much. There's still a few tracks that I think are okay, but overall, it's not a really good album, in my opinion. I know I'm going to get tons of hate for that, and I have, but this song in particular, it's amazing. It blew me away on my first listen, and I was shocked that other songs on the album weren't as good as this song. And this song was written after the album. You know what it is now. This is Invent Animate Heavener. Number 2, this goes to an artist who has had their biggest year ever this year. You probably know who it is already. They have blown up in the metal community, even though they are arguably not even metal half the time, sometimes more than half the time, but they still write songs that are metal, and they still have metal riffs and metal stuff and breakdowns and whatever. But this track, I think specifically, is amazing. This is in a league of its own. It's ridiculous. The structure of this track, the way that it flows through the different sections, the melodies, the lyricism, just everything about it, the way that it ends instead of fading out. It's just, it is the best track off of this album by a long shot. And I'm so happy that this artist has blown up, and I can't wait to see where they go from here. This is, of course, Sleep Token, Ascensionism.
Well, I know what you want from me. Who made you like this? Who encrypted your dark gospel in body language? Synapses snap back in blissful language. Won't you come and dance in the dark with me? Show me what you are. I am desperate to know. Stick chemtrails, red flags, pink nails, with one eye on the door, other eye on a rail. Other diamonds in the trees, pentagrams in the night sky.
Number one, my number one favorite track of the year. If you know me, if you know the kind of music I like, you can probably tell what it's going to be. My number one pick goes to my favorite artist of all time. I only discovered them a couple years ago, but I binged their whole discography. I've listened to it countless times. I have loved them ever since. I've been singing their praises. I made a whole 3.5 hour analysis video of 2 of their albums. Y'all know who it is by now. That blew up. But this track is something special, and you know who it is. I don't have to sugarcoat it. I don't have to hide it. And sugarcoat's not the right word. I don't have to hide it anymore. You know who it is. But this track is special because they gave us the teaser like a 1.5 years before the track dropped, and I've been listening to that teaser probably at least once a week since they dropped that, waiting to hear it. And when I heard this full song, this full like 7-minute song with that part in it from the teaser, and you had the screams over that part, and you had the whole rest of the song, and you had that build up to this part where you can tell it's coming, and you're waiting for it, and you're waiting for it, and then it hits, and just the whole rest of the song hits all around it. It's just, it was a magical experience hearing it for the first time. I sobbed, I cried, I threw up, I had to pee. There was so much all in one, and I was kind of overwhelmed a little bit. Maybe I'm slightly exaggerating, but you know what it is. This is Viljarta den spanska kanslern. So that's it. Those are my top 25 favorite songs of the year. Let me know in the comments what your favorite songs are. Let me know if you disagree with any of my picks or you're a little bit upset that I hated Invent Animate. But I put Heaven at number 3, so you can't hate me that much, okay? All right, I love that song. Anyway, have a happy new year. I can't wait to look forward to the rest of 2024. I said that really weirdly, but it doesn't matter. I don't even know what the rest of this year is going to bring, but I don't have any plans of stopping this. I have already grown so much in just the few months that I've been doing this, and I can't wait to grow even more, and I can't wait to make more videos for you guys, talking about the music that I love, talking about why I love it, especially from a theory standpoint, the whole thing with my piano and doing all that stuff. I love showing you guys like more of a theory aspect of why these songs are so good. And it's just, I love it. I love sharing my musical knowledge with all of you and can't wait to do it more. So have a great rest of 2024 and I will see you soon with my top 20 albums of the year 2023. Have a good night. Love y'all. Peace out.